How to search for federal tax liens. In this video, I'm going to show you how to search for federal tax liens. What I'm going to do is methodically go through the whole process and why you would be searching for federal tax liens. What is the benefit for you as an investor to make this thing happen, okay? Once you get done with this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I see this as an opportunity when you're looking for investment properties or an investment opportunity out there. By the time we get done, you'll know exactly where to go and how to make money at this. In fact, stick around to the very end and I got a free little bonus gift for you. Now, like, thumbs up, all that fun stuff. But let's get right into this video. First of all, let's talk about a federal tax lien. What does that mean to me? Okay, where there is smoke, that's right, there is fire. One of the advents of artificial intelligence or AI is with some of our back office stuff, some of the software that we've developed, I can tell with about a 16% accuracy if somebody's going to be moving within the next 90 days. It's a little creepy, but based on somebody's habits internally that we can see online, because I'm telling you, we can track everything. And I'm saying we, they, it, whatever. I can go in there and say, I want to find out everybody in this particular area that's looking to subscribe to these particular magazines. So if somebody up in the Chicago area starts subscribing to Southern Living, does that increase or decrease the odds that they might be moving to the South? You see where I'm going on that? If somebody has kids that just recently left the house, maybe they're going to college, maybe there's a divorce, maybe there's a retirement going on in their future. All of these things are indications of what's going to happen. This is why my AI that I use in my back office, when I'm going into an area, I can literally search the whole area until pretty accurate. Well, I've got a 16% accuracy right now, which is phenomenal. Okay, so within 100 people, if I'm tracking this houses, I can tell you that 16 of these are definitely going to be moving. Something's happening in their life. Either a job change, like I said, empty nesters, a number of these things are happening. So a federal tax lien could tell another story. Here's the reality of it. Baby boomers, I'm literally the last year of a baby boomer. Okay, I don't care how many vitamins or gyms and ice baths and all that stuff we take, we're getting older. Baby boomers are starting to pass. We're dying, okay? And the reality is a lot of these properties are going onto the market. Now, this is something that I've seen a lot of in just the last, I would say 9 years. We're getting a lot of properties through the acquisition of tax liens and tax deeds. There's nobody in the property. The property owner is deceased and the family just doesn't care. I mean, it's like they don't know what to do with the property. It's almost like there's not a financial motivation behind it. There's one property that I got where the owner of the property had died, and they had died 7 years prior, and nobody had gone into the property. I mean, there was a pickle jar on the counter that was expired. And whatever you do, don't open up those refrigerators. But when we contacted the next of kin, they're like, yeah, we just didn't know what to do with the property. So they left it there. Okay, this is not a unique story. I've seen this repeat over and over again. Somebody out there, and I can't remember if it was, who was this? One of the big real estate guys out there was saying there was 34 million homes every month where somebody's passing or something like that, or was it a year? It doesn't really matter on that. There's a lot of homes where somebody's dying. It hasn't been redone. They haven't done the rehab. It needs a little doctoring and caring on that. It's a huge market out there. So one of the things that I would look at if I'm looking at federal tax liens, I'm looking up there for an IRS lien or something that indicates, like at the very beginning of my video, I said, where there's smoke, there's fire. If there's a federal tax lien, there's such a high propensity for other problems to be happening there. So one of the things that you're looking at, there's always, you're preying on people in their weakest moment, or you're helping somebody in their weakest moment. I mean, what the heck does that mean, right? So I'm looking at this going, well, wait a second. If I can make this thing happen right now, Okay, so you got a federal tax lien. What can I do to help that situation? What if I were able to maybe put a second on the property? Maybe they do have a property and they just flat out don't know what to do. My parents died. We could use the capital. I don't even know where to go. Stop. Maybe there's a lot of pain in the family where because of this situation, and everybody's like, I don't want to have to deal with this. I see a lot of that. So you come in there and you say, listen, I offer you a solution. Here's a property that's worth X. I can give you this cash right now. I'll take care of all the contents of the property. You guys, I've done this before. But it all starts with finding out what the problem is and trying to find a solution. I'm dealing with one right now where somebody's trying to buy a property over here. They've got a property over somewhere else. They need the cash out of that. I'm like, okay, what do I need to do to help you solve this problem? You need some cash. I want this property, but how's it going to work for everybody involved? Again, you have to be a problem solver in this situation. So one of the ways to do that is to, search for the federal tax liens on there. Which one of these properties out there have property tax liens? Now listen, at the very end, I've got some free bonuses for you, so stick around for that. Inside there, I'll show you how to get some of our back office support. We have spent not tens of thousands, but several $100,000 over the last 10 years developing this stuff, and AI has just exploded that. One of the things I can do is I can go into a house based on the neighborhood and based on the zip code, and I can tell you with that house's square footage, I can break it down by cost of the windows, the flooring, the paint, the everything on local cost. I can actually print that out, hand it to a contractor and say, where are you at with this whole budget? Roof, the whole 9 yards. I've said in other videos that, like for instance, I do a lot, roofing contractors, it's got a bad reputation, but there's some really good ones out there. So you find a good one, they're like my partners almost, because they'll come in and do a roof for me, okay, without charging me anything until I sell the property, or 0%, and then you only make payments after 6 months. I mean, there's all sorts of things you can do. So again, by finding a federal tax lien on the property, what you're really trying to do is say, who's in a situation that needs help? That's the way I'm framing it. So how you frame it is how you live it. I get people all the time that sit there and say, well, aren't you just taking advantage of it? I don't think so. I stumbled on this by accident because I kept finding these deals, and I'm like, okay, well, all we have to do is solve the problem. So what's the problem here? They need some capital. Obviously, there's a federal tax lien on this. And so the problem is they'll come into this and say, we have to sell this house because we have to pay this and we have to do it right away. He says, whoa, slow down. Okay, I can even communicate with maybe the federal branch, IRS or what have you, and say, hey, we're negotiating a deal. Give us 60 days, give us 30 days. We're going to have this thing resolved. Okay, hopefully it's not too far beyond that. All right, we're going to work out a solution. Okay, so once I work out a solution, I can still go through my inspection process, make sure I know what I'm getting into, and say, okay, here's what I'm willing to do. I'll pay you this much money, maybe knock out the federal lien. They can give me the property and I can give them a little bit of the backside. I mean, as you can see, there's so many things you can do with this, but everybody wins in that situation. So let's say I found a property that had a bunch of equity, but I got a little federal tax lien. I pay the federal tax lien on. I go, let me fix up the property. Let me get it back on the market. I'll almost make you my equity partner on that, and I'll give you a little piece of the back end. They win, I win, the feds win. Who cares about them, but they have to win. All the way around. As you can see, there is so much going on. And again, I'm not trying to spin it in a positive light. There really is a positive light. There are so many things you can do with this. Now, what I'd like to do is give you a gift. Okay, I got a brand new course that shows you how to do all of this and a lot more. Okay, all you have to do is click on the link down below. It's higginsmethod.com. That's HIGGINS method.com. I got a brand new course that's my gift to you. Go through that. Call us if you have any questions or help. God bless you. Good luck. We'll see you out there.